guys, I'm back, and as Goomba was just explaining, first strike is when you go to hit an enemy and attack them first in the field. Like, that means jumping on them or hitting them with a hammer. When you do this, as I just demonstrated, when you go into the battle, you'll start off with you hitting them how you hit them in the field before, so it gives you an upper hand in the battle. And in the last episode, I didn't quite explain, the battling system quite well enough. It's basic turn-based style where you hit the enemy and then the enemy has their turn to hit you. But what you have to work with here is the jump attack, which can hit any enemy on the field as long as they don't have a spike or are on fire or have any way of hurting you if you touch them. So it'll hit any enemy in the enemy line, whereas your hammer can only hit the first enemy in the enemy line. Since there's only one Goomba here, you can't really do that, or you can't really hit anything else, so I'll just go ahead and show off this. And that's about it. What else you have, or what you have to work with besides just your attacks, as the flower, if you saw it, those are your items. But, see, this is a spike Goomba. See the spike on his head? Be careful not to jump on him, you'll definitely get hurt. Yeah, I entered the battle with the first strike with the hammer as opposed to the jump, because if I jumped on him, the spike on top of his head would have pierced Mario's boot and hurt him. Whereas the hammer doesn't need to, or I don't need to touch him if I hit him with the hammer. As I was saying, the items, this gives you access to all the items you can use in battle, such as the Firefly, which will deal damage to them, and mushrooms we'll get along the way that'll heal us, etc. I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off this Goomba, and we'll get back to going back to Goomba Village. What actually happened is I was rushing before because I knew my weekend was going to be hectic. I was rushing to record this episode beforehand so I didn't have to deal with it all weekend, but as I was editing before my weekend started, I figured out the video, or my capture card got all gibbsed up and it screwed the video over, so I didn't have any time to record after that, and I'm just now getting back to it over to this Monday. But I do hope to post videos on a regular basis. I'm not going to be some noob LPer and just record whenever I want to and post whenever I want to. I hope to keep it on a day-to-day basis where I can upload a video or two per day. And I've actually been wanting to get into LPing for a while now. I've had my capture card for about a half year, but I can never figure it out because I didn't have a TV with an output, and you need to plug the capture card into a TV with an output. And I just got my hands on one recently, so I'm starting it up now. And you see that Goomba was too high for us to hit with our hammer, so we have to first strike it with a jump attack as opposed to hitting it with the hammer. Listen up, Mario, this enemy's flying. Your hammer won't reach enemies in the air yet. To attack airborne enemies, use a jump attack. You can jump over one enemy to attack one behind two. This is good advice, remember it. Like I was saying earlier, the jump attack can hit all enemies on the field if they don't hurt you. Well, you can target enemies that will hurt you, but it's generally not a good idea. See, I can attack either or, whereas I go to the hammer, and I'm moving the analog stick right now, but you can only target the Goomba in the front. And I think that's it for the battling system so far. We'll be getting another couple additions to what we can do later on, and I'll explain those when those come up. And if you hit the Paragoombas, they lose their wings and retort to normal Goombas. 6 star points. That's a lot for Goombas this early on in the game. I'm just hoping my capture card doesn't gibbs up again and screw me over. Never worry, kids, here I am. Thanks to young Mario here, I made it back alright. Oh, is that thing locked? Let me open it up for you. Goomba, where have you been? I looked outside and wow, both you and the veranda were just plain gone. Goomba, I was very, very worried about you. Really worried. Sorry, kids, I apologize. I didn't mean to make you fret. You just take it easy now. I'm back, safe and sound. Now, before I forget, I decided to give you something, Mario. Wait here a minute. Huh? Hey, that dolly you've got, that's the one Goombaria lost. She's looking all over for it. Would you give it back to her? No. Aw, that's just mean, Mario. I guess you can just give it back to her when you're done with it. You always seem to beat up your enemies. Do you work out? I study self-defense by reading books by the masters and listening to Dad and Goomba. And I also exercise every day so I can be strong like you. It's starting to show too. I'm getting big muscles. Yeah, Goombario's head is hard as a rock now. Tee-hee! When he does his head bonk move, it really, really hurts. Oh, be quiet, Goombario. You're embarrassing me. Of course it is true. Sorry I kept you waiting, Mario. It's okay, Goomba. We're just rapping with Mario. Oh, rapping. Huh. Sorry. I wanted to give this to you, Mario. You got the power jump badge. Mario stomps an enemy with a single enemy using a lot of attack power. This is called a badge. If you wear this, you'll be able to do a power jump, which means you'll be able to do a lot more damage with your jump attack. But listen here, and listen well. You'll only be able to do it if you're wearing the badge. You better try it first. Putting badges on and taking them off is a vital skill. Would you like a quick lesson on how to use the badges you collect during your travels? Nope, I'll explain that. You better listen, Mario. This is really important. Could I please give you a brief lesson on badges? I've got it, Goomba. Alright, I trust you. Now remember, you need FP, flower points, to use this power jump technique. Do you remember that we saw a block like this on the way back to the village? Well, these blocks will also restore not only your HP, but also FP. They're lifesavers, Mario. Use them whenever your HP and FP reserves are getting low. By the way, Mario, I heard from Goomba. You're taking it upon yourself to try and rescue the princess from Bowser's clutches. Oh yes. Oh yeah, Mario, you can beat Bowser with one hand tied behind his back. Hush now, Goombario. Mario, please take this hammer. It should serve you well. If I were just a bit younger, I'd accompany you on your trip. I have done some damage. The years have started to weigh on me, though. I tell you, this lower back pain. Adventure, you're so lucky. Princess rescuing is cool. I really want to be an adventurer too someday, Mario. Me too. Oh, here's an idea. Goombario. Perhaps the timing is perfect. You're no longer a child and evil times are upon us. I'm sure Mario will agree. You should accompany Mario. What? Really? May I go? Goomba? May I really go? Yes, oh yeah! Mario, you won't regret this. Goombario joined your party. Press down on the C-stick and have him tell you about people, places, or things nearby. When you're interested, just ask him. Goombario is also helpful during battles. He can attack with a head bonk, or he can tell you about the enemy's features and HP using his tattle ability. Way to go, Goombario. Mario, I know Goombario will prove to be a worthy companion. Well, I think it's about time for my nap. I'll be in the house. Goodbyes have a way of making this old Goomba get weepy. This is so cool, Mario. Let's go. But wait, your HP looks a little low. Maybe you ought to take a rest at the Toad House. Okay, so the badge Goomba gave us, we'll just press start and go to our badge menu. See that right underneath active badges says BP, then a coin, 3, and then 3 little dots underneath that? Those are the badge points we have available to us. And over there, beside the power jump, is a 1 and a blank dot. The blank dot represents how many badge points it will take up or when we equip the badge or wear the badge. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's use the power jump. Uses 2 FP. Mario stomps on a single enemy using a lot of attack power. See, now that we used it, our available badge power went down from 3 to 2. As we go throughout the game, we'll collect more badges, and most of them will take up more badge space, but not a lot of them will take up too much. And as for Goombario we just got, he is basically like another one of Mario's jump attacks. He'll hit any enemy in the field and can hit enemies in the air, but you still don't want to hit enemies that can damage you, such as spiked Goombas or fire-based enemies, stuff like that, because if he head bonks them, he'll get a spike in his head, which isn't too good. As for his title ability, I'll show that off when we get into the next battle. Dad, did you hear? I'm going out adventuring with Mario. I'll make you proud, Dad, I swear it. Just wait. Do your best, son. You've grown into a strong boy. I know you'll be a great help. It's a good thing you spent so much time training, huh? Now, do your old Goomba proud. Goompapa proud. And we can destroy this block with our hammer now the Goomba gave it to us. There we go, problem solved. I have a feeling your road will be lined with difficulty, so try not to overdo it. Be watchful, yet stay cool. Calm mind is the wisest. And here on the sign, if we check it, I do believe this Goomba is an actual Goomba and pops off the sign. Beware of Goombas. Yep. And here I'll show off Goombario's title ability. Hey Mario! During a battle, you can change the order we attack with Z. I can attack first if you want, I don't mind at all, just keep it in mind, okay? Yeah, if we press Z, we can switch between Mario and Goombario to see who wants to attack first. But since we already did the first attack on him, I do believe the Goomba only has 1 HP left, so let's just go and show off the title ability. We just use it and select the enemy. This is a Goomba. Goombas are what you'd call small fries, actually. They're pretty much the smallest fries. Hey wait, I'm one of them. Max HP 2, attack power 1, defense power 0. You can jump on them or whack them with a hammer. These guys are old school. They've been around since you were in Super Mario Bros. I never actually noticed that reference. Anyways, yeah, now we have a little bar under the enemies we've tattled, and we'll show off their HP. And since we already hit them with the first attack, they've gone down from 2 to 1. Yeah, when we use Goombario, our title ability, it'll show off enemies' HP under them, so we don't ever have to tattle them again, or just plain remember how much HP they have. And see, there's 2 enemies on the battlefield now, but since we already tattled on the one Goomba, it shows all the other Goomba stats. And I'm going to show off the power jump badge we equipped it. See, it takes up 2 FP, and we only have 5 available to us, so we can only really use it twice. But it does a buttload of damage, 3 times as much. And here is Goombario's head bonk ability. It's just basically another one of Mario's jumps, but it's not too bad. And as for the rest of these fights, they're pretty boring, so I'm just going to edit out the rest of them after this one Goomba. I forgot to mention, after you defeat an enemy, they'll drop coins or little hearts or little flowers. The little hearts and flowers will either restore 1 HP or 1 FP when you pick them up. It's kinda helpful. Paragoomba. I might as well title this one and then edit out the rest of the fight, just to show off what a Paragoomba has. This is a Paragoomba. Obviously, Paragoombas are Goombas with wings. Max HP 2, attack power 1, defense power 0. You can hit them with a hammer while they're... You can't hit them with the hammer while they're airborne. If you damage them, they'll fall to the ground and become ordinary Goombas. So that's that, and I'm gonna get on with the fight. See, I just picked up a flower there. And I'm going to try and make an effort to tattle on most of the enemies, and I'll be showing that off. As for the rest of the fights, I'm probably going to edit them out. But I'll tattle on all the enemies until we get a badge that pretty much eliminates Goombario's tattle ability. But here we have a spiked Goomba, and I'm going to tattle on it now. This is a spiked Goomba. Spiked Goombas are Goombas with spikes on their heads. Max HP 2, attack power 2, defense power 0. Whatever you do, don't jump on them. Their spikes are on their spikes, or you'll get hurt or even paralyzed. That's that. I'll see you guys after this fight. So what we have here is a badge block. It's just normal coin block, just discolored to to represent, or to show you that you'll get a badge from it. And here we have the close call badge. When Mario is in danger, enemies sometimes fail to attack. It's a decent badge. I don't find myself using it too often, but since we don't have anything else to equip, I'll equip it for now. And as you recall earlier, we checked the sign and a Goomba popped out. If we do the same here, and this mushroom will pop up and we'll be able to collect it. Eat a mushroom to regain your energy. When HP gets low, eat a mushroom with pressing left on the C-stick. When you collect the mushroom, a regular mushroom restores 5 HP, but we're low on HP, so press left on the C-stick and use it right now. There we go. And because there's too many enemies here, I'm going to show off what the Fire Flower does now. Yeah, you just go to your item menu, select it, and it'll attack all your enemies for 3 attack. It's really helpful, especially when you don't want to go through the effort of having to fight everyone, and you still get all those star points. Yeah, see, enemies can sometimes drop mushrooms and items too. And I'm not sure if you get, I'm not sure if it's in this game, but in later Paper Mario games, enemies sometimes attack or drop badges too. I can't remember if they do in this game or not. Hey, hold it right there. You suspicious guy, don't move. Ah, you're Mario. I knew it. You can't go past here, Mr. Big Shot. It's a direct order from the Goomba King, that's right. I'm sorry, but the only way is through the Goomba Bros. That's me, Red Goomba, and my brother Blue Goomba. Let's get him, Blue Goomba. Oh yeah, let's do my red brother. So here we have the notorious Goomba brothers, Red and Blue. They're not too much of a hassle, but I'm going to tattle on both of them, starting with the red one. This is Red Goomba. He's the older of the 2 notorious Goomba bros. Max HP 7, attack power 1, defense power 0. So they're basically normal Goombas, just with more HP, and a little bit bigger. The Goomba King ordered him to try and stop you. You can take this guy, no problem, Mario. He has just a little more HP than an ordinary Goomba. They're not too much of a hassle. Just gonna go ahead and hammer him. See, we can only select the Blue Goomba because he's first in the enemy line. Mario, how'd you like some of this? Oh, that hurts so much. And here we're gonna go ahead and title the Blue Goomba now. This is the Blue Goomba. He's the younger of the 2 notorious Goomba bros. HP 6, attack power 1, defense power 0. So the Blue Goomba is a little bit weaker than the Red Goomba, but they're still not that big of a hassle. As you heard in his little speech, he's one of the Goomba King's men. He doesn't look that healthy. He's weaker than his brother. Yeah, as I just explained. And we're just gonna go ahead and get rid of them. The Blue Goomba's almost dead. And these guys are just chumps. They're nothing to fret about. But the battles do go by sort of slow because we don't have action commands yet, which pisses me off. We'll get them later, but not too long from now. But it just seems like the beginning of the game goes by so slow without the action command because you don't really have the choice to do a little bit more damage at all. All you really have is attacking with Mario and Goombario, only doing 1 HP per attack. It doesn't do much. Blue Goomba, God, my little brother, you'll pay for that, Mario. And that's our close call badge working. We're in danger, so he missed the attack. And as you see in the bottom right hand corner down there, when the Blue Goomba died, we got star points, but when we got so many, they bunched up into one big star point. That represents 10 star points. Just in case you guys are wondering or confused as to where our star points go and why we only have 1, that's not the case, it's 10. Yeah, there's not too much commentary to go through with this, it's just hitting each other. It's really boring. And this is what happens when you're in, nothing really happens that's special, but perils when you're in 1 HP. We have 1 HP left. But he's dead. And if you recall, we have that HP block back there, or the heart block back there that will restore all HP. So we're no fretting as to, oh no, we're in Pearl, we're gonna die. Kia! I'll let you go for now. And to go up the springy thingy. But that's just for that episode. I'm gonna go heal up, and I will see you guys in my next episode.